Well, the Speaker of the House said it was going to happen.
So amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
What is really on Folkios and Folkoramas? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If you are someone that's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, double check to make sure that you are. But if you are fairly new to the channel, get an idea of what this channel is about. What do? Go to my channel, click on playlist. All these different things I do on this channel. See all these different thumbnails? Those are all different categories of things that I do on this channel, from comedy to cooking to DIY when it comes to fixing cars. There's a lot of things I do on this channel. So check the channel out in its entirety before you subscribe. I'm pretty sure you'll find something on here that you like. What's going on, folks? Make sure y'all do everything I told y'all to do in the beginning of this video. Follow me up here, over there, right there, and right there. And I'm also on Twitter as The Real Ty Smith. And I also have another YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. Go check me out over there. So y'all all read the title right here, which gives you an idea of what's going on. And the Speaker of the House called in and said that it was going to be dead on arrival. I did a video on it last night. This morning, today, I don't know. I didn't push so many videos out for y'all. I can't even tell night from day. I got Joe Biden encephalitis. Yeah, y'all didn't catch that. Joe Biden encephalitis. Anyway, the GOP, I'm sorry. Some of y'all gave me a suggestion to slow down. I'm sorry. It's the Jamaican in me. Okay? Let us talk fast like this. All right. The GOP delivers death blow to bipartisan border bill. Yes, you heard that. The effort to pass the Senate bipartisan border bill collapsed Tuesday after Republicans backed away from the package, effectively punting on the issue until after November. You mean the election? Yeah? You mean hopefully by then Trump might be the president and this is going to completely be obliterated? You won't have to worry about it. I'm turning it over. There's no need to vote on a bipartisan bill. I'm putting back in my executive order. Everything's going to be right. You guys were wrong. Anyway, let me stop. Top Senate Republicans said they would block the chamber from beginning to consider the bill, with more than half the conference declaring their outright opposition. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had planned to bring $118 billion supplemental to the floor Wednesday. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I know a lot of y'all like to see me pull these articles up so y'all can see them and go along with it. I'll make this a little smaller for y'all. Some of y'all, I don't like it when you're big and the thing is blah, 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 blah. Anyway, y'all can't satisfy y'all. I thought y'all was happy with me. I thought y'all liked what I do. I thought y'all liked me. All right. There it is. That seemed to mark the death of the proposal crafted by Senator James Lankford, Republican of Oklahoma, Chris Murphy, Democrat of Connecticut, and Kristen Sinema, Independent of Arizona, less than 48 hours after they unveiled the package they spent months negotiating. It looks to me and most of our members we have no real chance here to make a law, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said during his weekly press conference. The reaction of the GOP conference had come in swiftly after the text of the bill was released Sunday evening. Republicans derided the process used to write the bill and heaped criticism on provisions they claimed would allow 5,000 migrants into the country each day. 5,000 a day, even though we're getting way more than that now, but 5,000 a day. In other words, we want to keep this thing coming. We're not trying to really get rid of it. We're not really trying to cut on the border crisis. We're really just trying to have them still come in, but just only 5,000. After we didn't let over 20-some million in, yeah. Anywho, back to the situation at hand. Republicans derided the process. I read all that already before. They want to that would allow 5,000 migrants into the country each day. A talking point Lankford and his fellow negotiators vehemently refuted, but struggled to counter. The quick condemnation in turn angered Democrats, who were unable to hide their disdain on how the previous 2 days unfolded. They argued Republicans had misled them after insisting on linking the border to aid for Ukraine back in October. Maybe it's because people like myself and others spoke up, kind of trying to oust them, saying that if they are for a lot of stuff that's going to Ukraine, is it a good chance their hands might be in it, that they might be getting some type of compensation for the war in Ukraine that's actually The guy, y'all know what I'm talking about. Schumer spoke earlier saying, we are in war. No, we're not. Okay, anyway, with Ukraine, we're in war with Ukraine against Russia. It's almost like he put it that way. Anyway, again, they argue Republicans had misled them after insisting on linking the border to aid Ukraine back in October. That idea was eventually backed by Speaker Mike Johnson, who Sunday declared the Senate border bill dead on arrival. I told you, I did a video on it today, that he said it was dead on arrival. I literally have a thumbnail of it literally saying dead on arrival. How can you trust any Republican right now? How would we know what to do next? Murphy told reporters. They told us what to do. We followed their instruction to the letter, and then they pulled the rug out from under us in 24 hours. Who are we supposed to work with over there? They are negotiating a nightmare. Look what they did to James Lankford. It's disgusting what they did to James. They put him out there and asked him on their behalf to negotiate a compromise, and then they didn't even give him a chance to argue the merits, Murphy continued. These are not serious people. Murphy's frustration was also on full display during a floor speech in which he declared the Senate GOP is indistinguishable from their counterparts in the House, and the conference cares only about former President Trump. Of course, you had to throw Trump in there. It's the same exact thing of folks getting pissed off when black people start to think on their own. It can't be black people thinking on their own. It got to be some white supremacist person behind them telling black people how to think, what to do, what to eat, and what to feel. Because if you think independently, oh boy. So what I'm saying that for? There are people that are Republicans that are doing it because it's just the right thing to do. They have their own mind. They have their own thoughts. They have their own opinions on the matter. It's not because, wait a minute, I don't know. Even though Donald Trump is not in any political position right now, we don't want to upset Mr. Trump. Come on, man. Is it possible that these Republicans themselves still is about America first? Could it possibly be that? Oh, no, Donald Trump got them. It's Trump deranged syndrome sitting here, ladies and gentlemen. It was an earthquake today. Well, Trump must have did it, because I'm just saying. Oh, Lord, y'all, we had this disaster. Well, it must have been Trump. Oh, man, y'all, we got the water shortage just happened. Oh, it must be Trump's fault. Oh, man, the homeless situation going across America. Oh, it must be Trump's fault. And they even blame the border crisis on Trump as well. Anyway, Trump has spent weeks urging Republicans in Congress to kill any action on the border until after election. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? Because, again, President Joe Biden has the power, like Speaker Johnson said, he has the power to get rid of his current policy, what's at the border right now. He doesn't need Congress to do it. He doesn't need it. Mike Johnson said it earlier. He does not need it. Lankford said Monday the bill was a work in progress, but it quickly became clear Democrats weren't ready to make further concessions, and Republicans signaled they are willing to wait to see if Trump wins back the House. Americans will turn to the upcoming election to end the border crisis. Senator John Barrasso, Republican of Wyoming, and number 3 member of leadership, said in opposition of the border bill. That idea seemed to frustrate Lankford. Americans always decide every 4 years what direction they're going to go on it, Lankford said. I would only say as well there's a major need for us to be able to fix law when we can, and this moment doesn't come very often. Despite the widespread opposition to the bipartisan blueprint, Senate GOP leaders and others in the conference avoided blaming Lankford, who is widely considered a thoughtful member with strong conservative credentials. It was apparent, though, that Lankford felt burnt by the past few days, saying he felt like he'd been run over by a bus and backed up over. Senate Republicans argued that there were reasons besides Trump opposition for the collapse of the bill, including timing and the White House being slow to get involved. It was doomed to fail once we passed Christmas, Senator Markwayne Mullin, Republican of Oklahoma, told The Hill. If you would have done this before Christmas, I think the process would have been very different. With the issue off legislative table and squarely part of the 2024 campaign, Biden didn't waste any time criticizing Republicans and Trump for lack of legislative action. All indications are this bill won't even move forward to the Senate floor. Why? A simple reason. Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump thinks it's bad for him politically. Biden said from the White House, he'd rather weaponize this issue than actually solve it. Again, and I'm going to reiterate this, Biden can get rid of it right now with a stroke of a pen. Biden can put the border crisis back like it was during Trump's reign. But he is the one that wrote the executive order to completely obliterate Trump's border policy, period. All indications are this bill, I already read that. The nuking of the border bill now spells uncertain future for our parts of the emergency supplemental request, including funding for the Ukraine. It was nothing about that border down at the bottom. We're going to give 60% to Ukraine. We're going to give 30% to, Israel and part of to Taiwan. And then we're going to give the remaining to the Americans to help them out at the border. Get the freaking heck out of here. The nuking of the border bill, I already read it. I'm sorry, guys. The lack of support for Ukraine also has Democrats licking their wounds after this failed border push. Members indicated they were also taken aback by the sheer spread of the relentless of the GOP opposition and signaled they are likely at their wits' end on border discussions. I'm surprised that some of these folks who worked so hard for months on this are now announcing their opposition to the bill. I was here in 2013. I was here in 2018. I've seen this show before, but I believe that this time it was serious, that they actually wanted to fix the problem, said Senator Chris Coons, Democrat of Delaware, referring to his past immigration and border discussion on Capitol Hill. The Delaware Democrat also gave Langford high marks for his work in recent months. Nothing he won items in the bill he and others never thought would be on the table. Some Democrats have been concerned about possible restrictions to the asylum and parole systems. I know how hard he is to negotiate with. I have had a lot of respect for James. He's a very conservative man, and he worked very hard on this negotiation, Coons said. He got concessions out of us I didn't think we'd ever make are the best interest for securing the border. I am surprised we seem to be where we are, he added. Ladies and gentlemen, when it all comes down to it, and I know I said it before and I'm going to say it again, Joe Biden can take this back by a stroke of a pen, put in another executive order to pretty much put it back to how Trump had it. It's that simple. It's that simple. And again, thank you to a lot of the Republicans and possible Democrats who seen through this so-called deal they had, bipartisan, and saw that it was big time supporting Ukraine more than it was supporting America. It was more about supporting Ukraine borders and the Israel-Gaza Strip border than it was about the American southern border, period. And it was pretty much going to allow them to say, okay, with this being done, y'all going to have to let us let 5,000 people in today. And if we get 5,001, then you're going to nothing. You're going to nothing. Personally, let's just say hypothetically, Trump wins the election, right? He said you're going to see one of the biggest deportations this country has ever seen. Is it going to take Congress? Is it going to take a bipartisan bill for Trump to do that? And if it's not, why can't Biden do it? Am I off the rails here? Am I missing something? If you do think I am, let me hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? What ideas do you have? No matter what it is, I'm still going to say this. America first, baby. You and I here in America. Us first, before anybody else. We have to help ourselves and take care of ourselves before trying to take care of anybody else. It's that easy. Yeah, but you don't understand. They're not going to get their money. Who? The Republicans? Who? The Democrats? Who? The politicians? The ones who bank off of war? Huh? Bankers? Major banks that make money off of wars? Come on now. Anyway. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all go into your cell phones, let somebody know about this channel. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it if you did that. But before you leave, hit the like button. Do it now. Hit the like button now. Hit it now, okay? Appreciate you, folks. I am Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So, hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious, it does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel, because I do a lot in this channel. All right, so again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.